Ah, Sonic Rumble, the game that almost never was, at least for a majority of the world. Yep, there were certain regions in the world that did have access to this game for the longest time, yet the rest of us were just sitting and waiting. Now, if you've been around long enough, you know that the things I've had to say about this game have been, less than kind. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief, I was kind of bored and I just kind of wanted to give this game a proper try. When this game first came out, I barely touched it. I think I played like maybe 1 or 2 games and called it quits right there and then because I just didn't agree with the egregious business practices. That was all the way back in November. This is by no means a review of Sonic Rumble, so please don't take it as one. This is more or less looking at where the game stands in 2026. The gameplay is fine, it's just the Fall Guys copy, like that's all I can really say, and it just happens to have a Sonic skin on top of it. Now this isn't necessarily a bad thing because a lot of these kinds of games have come out ever since the popularity of Fall Guys, so it's not really out of the ordinary for games like this to be coming out with their own little twist on it. And I won't lie to you guys, I'm actually quite surprised at how alive this game actually is. It took me less time to find a game of Sonic Rumble than it did to find a race on Sonic Crossworlds. There have been times when I've been playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds and I've been sat in the matchmaking lobby waiting to find a lobby for well over a minute. Which, yes, okay, over a minute isn't really that long to wait, but it is a bit of a kick in the nutsack when the game tells you that there's been a connection issue. Yes, that still happens from time to time in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, at least for me it does. However, it really isn't that surprising that it doesn't really take that long to find a game on Sonic Rumble, because at the end of the day, this is a mobile game that has a predominantly mobile player base, and whether you like it or not, mobile gaming is massive. This game's primary market is mobile. So it's not really that surprising to see that this game is still thriving a couple months after its worldwide release. The game's fine. Like, that's all I can really say. The game is fine. It's not something that I'm going to rush back to or go out of my way to play daily, but it certainly is one of those that if I'm taking a number 2 on the toilet, I would happily whip out my phone and play a couple games while I'm trying to do my business. But it's not really something that I can sit down and play for hours and hours and hours on end. However, what hasn't changed are these scummy business practices.
Just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!
The very first thing that I did when booting up this game was I instantly went to the store to see if they rectified any of the prices at all. And surprise, surprise, no they have not. And I know what people are going to say, it's a mobile game, what do you expect, they've got to make money and it's also free. Listen, including microtransactions isn't an issue in itself, especially in free games. That's absolutely fine, and as long as they're cosmetic, then power to you, do whatever the hell you want. But the problem is the fact that a lot of the skins in this game are almost as much as Sonic Racing Crossworlds. To spend that kind of money on an in-game item just to me is absolutely ludicrous. I just cannot justify it, and I won't sit here and pretend it's okay. Listen, at the end of the day, guys, it's your money and you can spend it however you please. I'm not going to tell you what to do, I'm not your dad. All I'm saying is, if it was me and I didn't already own Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I wouldn't mind putting a little more extra money towards Sonic Racing Crossworlds and just buying that instead. This is a free game. To play it, you don't have to spend a single penny on it, and that part of it is fine. Like, give this game a try, that's all I can say, give it a try. And if you do like it enough, then by all means, spend money on the skins. I'm just more speaking from my own financial standpoint. I can justify that amount of money going towards a game, but I just cannot justify that amount of money going towards an in-game item. Going back to the gameplay side of things, I think this game's strongest point is the fact that the games don't actually last that long. You have 2 mini-games and then you get thrown into a final if you make it that far. Basically Fall Guys. And these games only last for a few minutes. They're short courses, they've got short timers on them if they are game modes with a timer on them. It's quick, it's easy, and it certainly does feel like a mobile game. It feels like one of those games that you will play in between classes, or maybe on your break at work, or maybe when you're answering a call of nature, which I suppose is what it's made for, which in that respect, I do think it does a relatively decent job at it. But like I say, for me, I just can't see myself playing this for an extended period of time. It might be something that I just boot up every couple of months, just to kill some time. Because that's all I see this game as, really. It's just a very elaborate time killer. And that's okay, you know? Like I say, the game itself isn't necessarily bad. The game is actually quite fun when you really get going. It's more the financial side of it that I just still really strongly dislike. Do you guys still play Sonic Rumble? Have you played Sonic Rumble? And if you have, what do you think of it? I'd love to know what you guys have to say. But until next time, adios.